Well, hello, OB Church. Hope this message finds you doing well. We are still in the book of 1 Peter. This is our fifth in a series. We're going bit by bit through this letter that Peter is writing to a group of folks who have been isolated. They're far from the heart of Christianity in that first century, and they are suffering and they need encouragement. And so Peter is stepping in. And let me look at this verse with you. This is 1 Peter 1. It says, Peter, an apostle of Jesus Christ, to those who are exiles of the dispersion in Pontus, Galatia, Cappadocia, Asia, and Bithynia. See, where they were really mattered, and that has a lot to do with what this letter is about. Peter says you're a part of this dispersion, and what he's trying to do is use a word that ties directly to this thing that happened often to the Jewish people when they were pressed out of Jerusalem for different reasons, war and this kind of thing. And what he's doing, though, is he's connecting this people that are of the church in the new covenant of Jesus Christ to the people that were of the first covenant, the original covenant of God. And he wants, for those who can understand it, in those churches to see that connection and feel that there's a plan from the beginning, and they're not in this dispersion, this diaspora, these further reaches away from the church on accident. It's on purpose. God has a plan for them. These cities were all in what we would now call modern Turkey, and Silas was probably the messenger who delivered these. And it looks like it would have made sense for him to be following the path, literally, of going to Pontus, to Galatia, to Cappadocia, that was probably his trek. And this place, Turkey, in the middle of it, was 750 miles from Jerusalem, give or take. And I calculate if I walked 20 miles a day, that it would take me almost 40 days to get there. And I doubt I would walk 20 miles a day. So 40 days away. This is 60 years after the resurrection of Christ. So history is moving along, and the church is moving out, and persecution is coming from the Romans. Things are changing. And I just wonder if you can try to imagine what it felt like to be the carrier, to be Silas, the one who's bringing this message, these letters, and they're going to be copied in these churches and spread out in the communities that surround them. I mean, it must have been exciting to have that news, to have a letter from Peter for these people. And then imagine the churches when they would receive the letter and someone would stand up in that little body, in the house that they were meeting or in the synagogue that they were meeting in, the silence in the room and the anticipation and these first words, Peter, an apostle of Jesus Christ. I mean, it had to be like a great start to a movie or a great story. They were just totally engaged. And, they were suffering, so they probably ate up every word. Like, they really wanted every word of it. And that's what I want to ask you about today is, how should we value these words? These were important words to them. How can we bring them to that sort of level of importance to us? How would you have treated the word yourself if you were in that little house church hearing the letter be read for the first time out loud? How much would you have valued the word of the words of that letter? How much could we change the way we see the value of the word of God? Because we try to grab it in the same sense that these people did. Let me encourage you to think about that. Y'all have a great afternoon. Bye-bye.